Alright guys, we are at what I believe to be the choice that leads to the good ending of this route. There is a choice right before Akiha gets stabbed where you can call out Kohaku's name. And apparently I'm assuming that might change what happens here. So I guess we will see. Shiki lunges with a cry. His black shape explodes forward like a firework. I can't make it from here. If there's anything that would make it, that would be... Damn. Akiha turns towards Shiki. Akiha instantly prepares for his attack, but the black figure isn't going towards Akiha. Shiki lunges not at Akiha, but at Kohaku-san, who stands next to her. Kohaku... He knows. Just like I am able to move right now of Hisui's power, he knows that Akiha's overwhelming power is possible from Kohaku-san's help. Kohaku-san, get down! I shout. Like if I knew Shiki was going for Kohaku all along, I shout from the bottom of my lungs. Kohaku! Akiha throws her body in front of Kohaku. I don't believe it. Is she sacrificing her body to protect Kohaku-san? Shiki raises his voice and with an arm thrusting like a spear aims for Kohaku's face. Akiha forces herself in between them. Her timing is perfect. I don't want to look. I don't want to see Akiha die as she protects Kohaku-san. No! Right before it all happens, I hear a voice which I've never heard before. Kohaku-san's crying voice. The sound of rending flesh. Red blood drips down onto the hallway. Kohaku-san's voice almost sounds absent-minded. She has quickly pushed Akiha away. She pushed Akiha trying to protect her and threw herself in front of Shiki's claws. You! Shiki's voice quivers with anger. Red blood continues to flow forth. No! Akiha! I didn't mean to hurt you! He shakes his head. In front of Shiki, Akiha lies collapsed. Her arms coated with blood. Thanks to Kohaku-san pushing her away, it seems only Akiha's arm was shredded by Shiki's claws. Gah! Lying on the ground, Akiha writhes in agony, clutching her arm. Shiki stands dumbstruck, shaking as he looks down. Kohaku-san, fixated with surprise, stands there, unmoving like a doll. You bitch! Are you trying to get in my way? Shiki lifts his head. Kohaku-san is in front of him. Why is it? Is she just standing there, not moving a muscle, as if her soul had fled her body? You also get in my way? Shiki howls. Shiki-sama! Hisui's pleading voice. She doesn't even have to tell me. Like Kohaku-san protecting Akiha, this time I'll stop him for sure. Shiki! I run, my glasses already off. The lines I see are across his neck and from his upper left chest to his stomach. Either one will do. If I work my knife through either one, it will surely kill him. Gripping my knife firmly, I fly down the hallway with a speed that surprises even myself. Shiki turns towards me. But I'm much faster. Kah! His anguished cry reverberates through the hallway. An insane laugh. It was too shallow. How naive. In front of Akiha, I hesitated in cutting her real brother's neck, the line that runs through his body. I was only able to cut it halfway. Laughing wildly, Shiki pulls back. Like that, he escapes towards the stairs. Following him would be easy, but there's something more important for me to do. Akiha! Hang in there, Akiha! Kneeling down, I look over her body. This is terrible. Her right arm is almost split in two and painted an awful crimson. Nisa, why are you here? Her eyes are hazy. Her shallow breathing, her pale face. The figure of death stretches across her body. Why aren't you resting in your room? Don't talk. We can talk about it later. For now, just don't talk. No, I won't. Nissan, how long have you been here? It's spreading. With her bleeding, her lines of death spread across her body. It's alright, just be quiet. Please, I beg you for now, just calm down, please. Okay, if you say so, then I will be obedient, Nissan. With a forced smile, Akiha closes her mouth. Simply put, she's so weak that she can't even speak. No! Wait, I'll stop the bleeding. Taking off my shirt, I wrap it around her arm. Damn, this is useless. Shit. If this bleeding doesn't stop, she'll die. Why doesn't... I frantically tie it around her arm. I know that it will not help her at all, but I can't think of anything else to do. I know that I'm starting to go crazy, but I still cannot calm myself. Shiki-sama, please calm down. If you tie it any tighter, it will not help her. Hisui, but... It is alright. Akiha-sama will not die. If Ne-san is here, Akiha-sama will heal. Ne-san, is that not right? Hisui pulls Kohaku-san, who is still standing like a motionless doll, and sits her next to Akiha. Nei-san, for now, please synchronize with Akiha-sama. You destroyed everything because you wanted Akiha-sama saved, is that not right? Hisui wraps both of her hands around Kohaku-san's white hand, but Kohaku-san's gaze is still empty. But maybe Hisui's words reach her after all. Akiha's blood stops spilling forth. I relax. With this, I can be assured. The uneasiness that gripped me before, the uneasiness that Akiha would meet the worst fate starts to gradually disappear. Akiha will be helped by Hisui and Kohaku-san, so, as Tono Shiki, I will have to end this. Hisui, I leave Akiha and Kohaku-san up to you. Shiki-sama, you are still planning to go, are you not? We are the same type, he and I. The least I can do is put him to rest. Hisui wordlessly stares at me. Her eyes beg me not to go, but I can't listen to them. Thanks for everything up until now, Hisui. I'm so glad you were with me. I walk away. Feeling her watch me as I leave, I follow after Shiki. I think this scene is going to be more or less the same. Or, well, maybe not. The path of blood continues. Maybe he didn't try to really escape, or maybe he isn't even sane enough to understand what running away means. Shiki is standing in the hallway as if waiting for me. Shiki! I call out. Shiki looks over at me with his unfocused eyes. Ha! You again! Shiki doesn't move, probably because of the wounds by me and Akiha. He doesn't have a body that can move properly. Shit, I failed again. It won't work out right. Why is everything getting ruined? It won't work. It never works out right. I always mess up. That's strange. Why is she getting in my way? He came just like I was told. So why does he always get in my way? Shiki's eyes are just hollow orbs. Maybe he didn't even see anyone from the very beginning. He only sees me before him, holding my knife just as another obstacle. Shiki, are you in pain? In pain? Me? Why? Shiki laughs as if it is so funny and slowly stands up. I'm not in any pain. This is a wonderful life. No matter what I do, no one can punish me. Shiki's eyes burn with the desire to kill. It seems he's ready. Underneath the moonlight, even though I've known him for so long, I take my first steps towards the enemy I just met tonight. Fine, let's fight to the death. All those who get in my way are my enemy. I'll kill you all. You, Akiha, Kohaku. Just like that old man who wanted to lock me up till I died. I'll kill you all. Shiki screams like a raving lunatic. Maybe because that figure looks terribly pitiful. Even though this is a fight to the death, I remain cool and collected like ice. Ha! Ha ha ha! Shiki attacks me head on. It's nothing difficult. Like I'm cutting meat on a plate, I easily slice through Tono Shiki. Thud. Shiki's head falls to the floor. His powerless body falls against mine. I don't feel anything. I don't feel regret, pain, hatred, or disgust. Like Kohaku-san was earlier, I just stand like a doll. An unbelievable laughing voice. Shiki's laughing head rolls on the ground. You're wonderful. This is the first time I felt this cold pain. What a superb hinderer you are. Still laughing, his face dissolves into ash. Gradually, it disappears into the wind. Shiki is disappearing. Before he does, he looks up at me and curiously says, So who are you anyway? Huh? Who are you? You don't know? I'm the Tono Shiki you were always targeting. Ah, I see. You're Shiki. His disappearing face. What's this? You look nothing like what I heard. With that, he completely disappears. It's over. With this, it's over. I don't feel anything. I won't feel these splitting headaches. I can return to life as normal, but I don't feel happy. And just what ended? Why? I feel dizzy. Shiki's last words won't fade away. Something did end, but I don't know what ended, or in the beginning, what I was trying to end. I look up at the moon. In the vague darkness, my heart is enthralled. Until Hisui came, I just stood in dumb amazement, standing in the moonlight. Well, that played out pretty differently than before. Dreams of Sunshine, an epilogue. Hopefully this will be very different than the one that I just recorded. The next week passed quickly. Shiki's body vanished without a trace, and the wound in Akiha's arm was treated. Even though my place as Tono Shiki became vague, I can't go back to being Naniya Shiki. I don't know if she understands my feelings or not about it, but Akiha hasn't said one word about that night. If Akiha, the head of the household, is going to play dumb, then I think I can continue my life as Tono Shiki. The peaceful days have returned. Since Shiki disappeared, all my strength returned, and Akiha is healing well too. Kohaku-san and Hisui go back to their regular duties at the mansion, and there isn't a trace of uneasiness. I want to believe that there isn't. But there is. Nissan? It's noon already, Nissan. I hear a voice. Geez, even though it's so nice outside, please do not sleep in such a place. If you want to take a nap, do so in your room. Fingers tap my shoulder. Ugh. With that, I wake up from my dream. Morning, Akiha. Don't say morning. Coming to the sitting room only to sleep. Just what were you thinking, Nissan? Well, I was thinking about this and that. Giving a deep sigh, I get up from the sofa. Wait a minute, Nissan. Are you going to actually go to sleep in your room? Hey, don't you think you should actually do something worthwhile on your day off? To give you examples, like going out to deepen bonds with family members, or invite them to have fun out of gratitude. Like your little sister. I think what Akiha says is worthwhile is very limited. Well, I do think so. It's just that what you think is worthwhile is different from what I think is worthwhile. Sleeping twice would just be a waste. The reason why I want to go to my room is simple. It takes a lot of effort to face you right after waking up, so I thought I'd refresh my head in my own room. And that is a typo. I'd refresh my head. I'd refresh my head in my own room. What is that supposed to mean, Nissan? Nothing. I just can't answer to all your little scolding when my head's still toasty. So I'm just going to go to my territory to regroup, that's all. We can talk more during lunch. Man, you want some ice for that burn? Waving, I turn away. Akiha watches me silently, but her face tells me she wants to complain. Well, when doesn't she? It looks like I will have to be ready during lunchtime. Your table manners are terrible. I come to my room. While I was dozing in the sitting room, it looks like Hisui cleaned the room. But this really is a dull room, if I have to say it myself. Other than a bed and a desk, the room is completely empty. And you just noticed this now. It's so close to winter, so I should probably get some heating equipment. Akiha is pretty noisy about it, but I never feel like using the fireplace. What's this on the desk? A letter I don't remember about is placed there. I'm curious, so I open it up. The letter just says, I'm waiting underneath that tree. Why? Saying that, I crumble the paper. Opening the drawer, I put the knife with the engraving Nanatsu Yoru in my pocket. I can't pretend like I didn't see it. Taking a deep breath to compose myself, I leave my room. Uh-oh. Is Kohaku about to confess to what happened? I don't know when I realized it. It all started when I thought that everything turned out pretty conveniently. The happenstances and circumstances surrounding the connection between Shiki and I were too convenient. Shiki had his lair at my school, but he never attacked me, his most hated enemy. If Shiki had ever really felt like it, I probably would have been killed a long time ago. I could only think that things ended this way because someone readied a convenient plot. Uh-oh, so he already knows. When I get there, she is waiting with her usual smile. You're late, Shiki-san. I've been waiting since morning, but it's noon already. Yeah, sorry. I fell asleep in the sitting room and just got back to my room. Ah, I see. I messed up. I knew I should have told you directly. That may be true, I nod. She smiles at me. But it is good you came. Now we can talk, just the two of us. She smiles happily. With a smile on her face, she begins to speak like it's nothing. You realized it, didn't you, Shiki-san? I can't nod or shake my head. I knew it, she laughs. Shiki-san, I was the one who made Shiki-sama like that. I gave Akiha-sama my blood so that she would turn more into one of those of the Tono blood. But I was the one that gave Shiki-sama wrong information and made him attack innocent people. I didn't want her to say it. When we were small, the one who was always watching from the distance wasn't Hisui, it was me. Kohaku-san. Back then, I intentionally distracted Akiha-sama so that Shiki-sama could have an opening. Kohaku. But I really messed up. Akiha-sama and Shiki-sama were both supposed to die there. Well, at least she gave us the short version. Kohaku! Looking down, all I could do was shout her name. It's fine. Shiki-san? It's fine. All of it is over, so I don't want to hear that kind of story. Those words are truly how I feel. Such a reality. It is better if I don't realize it. Kohaku-san can just be Kohaku-san. Always smiling, thinking of Hisui dearly, being such good friends with Akiha, and laughing when we talk about stupid things. I wanted Kohaku-san to stay like that. I don't care about all of that. You can just be here, and it'll be fine. She doesn't answer. A long, painful silence. No, that won't do, Shiki-san. What I did can't be ignored like that. I failed. I have lost the reason that moved me these past years, so this Kohaku will just disappear. What? I lift my head. Over there. She looks like she always does. But I thought you had the right to blame me. You are the only one who is not connected with the Tono house. I used you in my plot against Akiha-sama and Shiki-sama. So if you wish to blame me, you can do whatever you like. Well, we also don't hear why she did all this. Is mostly because she was sexually abused as a child. Right. No one has the right to blame you, Kohaku-san. That's right. Ever since she was a small child and came to this mansion, she had to receive all the crimes of Tono Makihisa. She could not ask for help. Nobody helped her. If she lived like that for years, then that's... Wait a minute, but he didn't know about this and the... I mean, I guess if somehow he... No, there's no way he knew all that because she didn't tell him in this ending, so that doesn't make sense. How does he already know about this? If you want to talk about rights, you had to have every right to take revenge. Or he could just be referring to, maybe he found out when he read the letters or read the accounts of what Makihisa did. I can only imagine what happened to you, but you only could hold nothing but a grudge against the Tono family. Oh, okay, so he actually doesn't know, he's just kind of guessing. I know that I'm just sounding clever, but I say those unsatisfactory lies. No, I didn't have a grudge against Makihisa-sama or Akiha-sama at all, so what I did wasn't revenge. I just thought that was what a human would have done. Only for my sake, I put Makihisa-sama and Shiki-sama in a trap, and I tried to get Akiha-sama dead too. That was all I had. There really weren't any feelings behind it. Because I am just a doll. Her smile does not fade, but that's a lie. If that's true, then I would have hated her from the bottom of my heart. No, that's wrong. Kohaku-san, you just want to think that. If that was true, then why did you protect Akiha? Kohaku-san, you had emotions. You liked Akiha, so you destroyed your own plan yourself. For just an instant, she lowers her glance just a little bit and smiles again. Oh, she looked different there for a minute. That's right. I destroyed my own plan. Really, Shiki-sama should have killed me back then. I made it so that only one of us would stay alive after that. But why did we both end up surviving? Because this is the good end, the happy end, the happy ending. She seemed troubled as she says this, but and her smile returns. That's simple, because you wanted Akiha to live, and you wanted to stay alive too. Then everything's alright. Even though you planned it all, I'm happy. Akiha's still alive, and you are still alive. That makes me really happy. Is that not enough for you, Kohaku-san? Tears come out as I say so. I can't stop my feelings, which are more full of regret than pity. I already understand that this person will not return. Since then, from the time she protected Akiha, she became broken and couldn't come back. I understand that too well. Shiki-san, are you crying? That's stupid, crying over a doll in a play that broke. Yes, it really is stupid. And there's her expressionless face, her soulless eyes. Hey, Shiki-san, I said that I didn't hate anyone, but there is one person I hated. You understand, right? I think I hated you, because if you weren't there, I could have just stared out the window without even thinking. Smiling, she turns away. Her sleeves flutter like butterfly wings. My legs want to dash forward, but I can't move. Even one step. I feel that if I move one step towards her, something will happen that I can't take back. You are the only one I hated. Everyone else, I neither liked nor hated. I lost these emotions, so saving Akiha-sama was only an accident. Her figure starts to become hazy. Kohaku-san, I have a bad feeling about this. I can't place it, but I have a terrible feeling. Then, Nei-san! A voice calling for her echoes through the air. Hisui-chan? Our voices overlap. Gasping for breath, Hisui looks directly at her. Hisui-chan, why? Her voice is shaking. Taking it, she looks sharply at her. Lies. With a short, strong voice, Hisui says so. Everything you say are lies, Nei-san. You saved Akiha-sama back then because you like her, and I know you can't hate Shiki-sama. I hear a sharp gasp. Still turned around, she looks extremely frightened. Is that not right? You played my role, so you cannot hate Shiki-sama. You played the role of Hisui from back then, so you loved Shiki-sama and tried to protect Akiha-sama. You're not an empty human like you think you are. Hisui's voice hangs in the air. Kohaku doesn't turn back, and just answers, no. Jeez, if you had never slept in the sitting room, then Hisui-chan would never have noticed us. Shiki-san, you really do throw all my plans into disarray. Still facing the other way, she laughs. She holds up a finger to her mouth. Gulp. I hear the sound of something being swallowed. Uh-oh. She OD'd. I run, but I don't make it in time. Before I can reach her, she collapses to the ground, coughing up blood. So she didn't stab herself? Thud. A hard, sickening noise. Still smiling, she drips red blood from her mouth. "Nei-san!" Hisui holds her, but no matter who looks at it, it is already too late. No! Nei-san! 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 Cradling the unmoving girl's head, Hisui frantically calls out. It seems her feelings overflow like the blood pouring from Kohaku's mouth. Her mouth opens and closes over and over. "Nei-san! Nei-san, hold on!" A desperate cry. Seeing that, the girl smiles like a child. What did she do? She swallowed some pills or something? Huh? Don't do that, Hisui-chan. Crying like that, it feels like back then. What? Nei-san, why? Yeah, because if I don't do so, you won't be able to return to the way you were. Her words in pieces, and with glazed eyes, she speaks to Hisui. I guess since they changed roles, she had to do that in order to force her role back onto Hisui, maybe? Nei-san. Hisui's face contorts in grief. Her tears flood her face. Why? That's fine. I was okay with the way I was. If you were happy, then I was happy. I was always protected by you, so... I was always happy. Painfully, she swallows her last words. Why? You should have stayed like Hisui, Nei-san. Like Hisui, the one who you admired long ago. So why are you returning it to me now? A tear falls. Maybe Hisui's tears caused that. She nods quietly. That's right. I really had fun. It was all just an act, but it was really fun, Hisui-chan. So I hoped, Hisui-chan, you were having fun too. Her blood drips out. As she speaks, blood dribbles out of her mouth. No, Nei-san, hang on, Nei-san. This can't be. Why do you have to die, Nei-san? There is no reason for you to die, Nei-san. Hisui's voice can no longer reach her. Her chest rising and falling, she just looks up at the deep blue sky. It's pretty. I could never go outside, but I always remember the color of the sky. Nei-san! Just those little things were my days. Hisui-chan, Shiki-san, and Akiha-sama were there. And there was such a pretty sky overhead. Yeah, I can't remember it too well. Those fun things are starting to disappear. Her energy drains away. The remaining light in her eyes is disappearing. I could not let it be. I take out my knife. My glasses are already off. All that is left. Shiki-sama, what are... Hisui holds on to me. I'm going to save Kohaku-san. Please be quiet and trust me. I pull free and look hard at her body. Just like the time with Yumizuka. The time I found Yumizuka's polluted blood and killed it. So I should be able to kill the poison she drank. Oh, it was poison. Gah! The headache gets worse. It feels like someone is stabbing my skull with a knife. It's so bad I want to close my eyes. I guess looking at something wrong in someone else's body is difficult. The pain warns me that this is surpassing the limits of my ability. My breathing explodes into harsh gasping. Bubbles escape from my open mouth. My entire world is red, as if all my bodily fluids turned into poison. My body is burning from the inside. Yeah, but still. I stare at it, not caring if I go blind. My senses disassociate. My world becomes a white sheet. As the sound of my blood vessels burning away roars in my ears, I quickly, before I am unable to move, find the poison in her body and kill it. Please tell me we actually saved her. Please. Too many people have died. Or might die. Please don't tell me she actually died. The first scenery I've seen in a few days is this white examination room. All set. It seems like you are fine, Chiki-kun. I do not see any cloudiness, and your condition should not return. You can go back to your normal life now. The doctor continues scribbling away, as he's done these past few days. His face, which I see for the first time, looks somewhat kind. Well then, take care. Yeah, but don't strain yourself for a while. You always seem to push yourself too hard. I understand. Thank you so much for your help. I bow with heartfelt thanks, and I stand up from the chair. I go out into the hallway. In the waiting room is Hisui. Not having seen her face in days, I wave to her excitedly. Hisui quickly runs to my side to support me. Well then, shall we go? We can meet Kohaku-san starting today, right? Hisui nods. Shiki-sama, is your body really okay? Hisui looks up at me, full of worry. Hey, a doctor is a person who can't let unhealed people go free. If I get to the hospital, that means I'm fine. I'm used to being in hospitals, so trust me. Yes, that is why I worry. There never was an instance where you would come back from the hospital fully healed. Hisui really talks a lot now. Well, that's the truth, so I can't disagree. Anyway, I finally got these bandages off my eyes. I can see your face and my body is healed, so there's no more problems. Come on, let's go see Kohaku-san. Pulling Hisui, who's still wanting to say something, I walk towards Kohaku-san's room. After seeing me plunge my knife into Kohaku-san, Hisui panicked. But after seeing that Kohaku-san's body was not harmed, that her breathing returned after that, and seeing me collapsing, Hisui ran to save all of us, even though she was still in a panic. As a result, Kohaku-san was saved. I fell into a condition where my eyes would not function in addition to the decrease in my physical body strength. Well, I somehow understood that I went blind. When I stabbed my knife into her body, the only thing I was able to see were those lines. So when I was told I went blind, it didn't shock me that much, but then my strength came back shortly after. The examination revealed absolutely nothing wrong with my eyes, but only problems with my nerves. Rather than cut my nerves connecting themselves, it seems that it's more like the nerves which were numb healed up. It seems like my eyes will not go blind that easily. Or it might be that even if I do go blind, I'll still see those lines. Well, those are trivial matters. The important fact is that Kohaku-san and I were saved. But Kohaku-san wasn't fully saved. She was able to recover, but in turn she lost something. Her personality. Shiki-sama? Yeah, go ahead. I think it's probably better if you went in first. After answering yes, she knocks on the door. A voice tells us to come in and we enter the room. What happened to her? Kohaku-san is the only one in the room. She sits on the bed and looks at Hisui and I. Kohaku-san isn't smiling. With uneasy eyes, she looks at her guests. Oh, she reverted back, I think. May I please ask who you are? Oh, she lost her memories too. Fuck. With those words, Hisui's shoulders shake a bit. We have come to see how you are doing. Please excuse us, Ne-san. Kohaku-san looks at Hisui with surprised eyes after she hears the word Ne-san. Hisui sits next to Kohaku-san. I don't want to be in the way, so I sit down on a chair and by the wall. Kohaku-san looks uneasily back and forth between Hisui's face and mine. I'm sorry. It's a bit strange. I feel that I do know both of you, but I cannot remember either of you. Her voice sounds very apologetic. This isn't a joke or anything, as she really does mean those words. There is some problem with her memory. I think I was told so before by Hisui. Kohaku-san was no longer the Kohaku-san from before. No, that's not quite right. The system of the brain can be divided into 4 functions: recording, preserving, playback, and recognition, and it seems that Kohaku-san has something wrong with her preserving function. The doctor said that she can return to her normal lifestyle, but she can't remember most of her past. It isn't so much that she can't remember, rather, it is more like she lost it. The preservation of her memories up until now, all that information was lost, so there's nothing to remember. So Kohaku-san can't remember me or Hisui. Having Kohaku-san return to the way she was before really is a hopeless dream. I don't know if it was the near-fatal shock of the poison or if Kohaku-san closed it off herself, but I know that Kohaku-san has the body and heart she had before, but she has forgotten all about me, Hisui, and Akiha. Kohaku-san looks up at Hisui. Yes, Hisui answers, and Kohaku-san hesitantly starts to speak. Your face is the same as mine. Might I ask who you are? Hisui's body freezes, but that is just for an instant. With a light smile, Hisui holds Kohaku-san's hand. I'm your little sister, Hisui. Hisui-chan? She manages to let this response out. That is probably the most cruel response she could have given, but Hisui still smiles gently and answers yes. I'm so sorry. I do not remember anything about you, Hisui-chan, or that person over there. I'm a little scared. I don't remember anything about you, Hisui-chan. Maybe there must be something wrong with me. Downcast, Kohaku-san looks like a lost child. Her face clouds over and her eyes are uneasy. She's not like Kohaku-san. But still, Hisui grips her hand tightly. No, do not worry, Ne-san. No matter how uneasy you are, I will always be with you. Like how you always protected me, I will always protect you from now on, Ne-san. Kohaku-san's face is pure bewilderment. After looking at Hisui in surprise, Kohaku-san thanks her. Yes. Looking down in embarrassment, Hisui mumbles a response. Is there anything you need, like something to eat, or something you want? Kohaku-san says yes and nods with her eyes in response to Hisui's attempt to hide her shyness. There isn't anything I want to eat, but there is something I want. Can I ask you? Kohaku-san does not look at just Hisui, but looks at me sitting by the wall, too. Yes, what is it, Ne-san? I think I never liked the name Kohaku, so I want a new name. Name? I wonder why. Once she says that, only one name comes to me. That name has been discarded and only remains in memories. Shiki-sama. Hisui turns to me. Is she thinking of the same thing? She looks at me as if she wants confirmation. I nod in response. Hisui turns back to Kohaku-san and... How does Nania sound? Tells her so. Nania. Kohaku-san murmurs it as if testing the sound. Right after it, she lifts her face up as if she remembered something. Yes, I think I like the sound of that. It seems awfully nostalgic for some reason. Saying that, she smiles. Her usual smile that blossoms like a rose. Finally. For the first time since she's awakened, she smiles happily. The two of them talking looks perfectly natural. Naturally, the two of them peacefully pass the time as sisters. I don't know if her losing her memory was good or bad. Since all of her memories were painful, maybe it was a good thing that it happened. Because from now on, there will be nothing but happiness. Forgetting all the sorrowful incidents, she can earn a normal happiness. But, looking at this blue sky, I just can't help but think back. That young girl standing by the window. I know that the past for her is something to be forgotten about. But still, if I could, I wanted that Kohaku-san to become happy. But that is a wish that can no longer be granted. So I just have to end that wish right now. Underneath that longed-for blue sky, I imagine for the last time her carefree smile, like a lingering flower. Shiki-sama, may I please have a moment? After we leave the hospital, Hisui suddenly asks me that question. Sure, what is it? Yes, we still have time, so there's somewhere I wish to go. Somewhere you wish to go? Not understanding, I tilt my head. Come on, let's go, Shiki-sama. Hisui pulls my hand forcefully and starts running. Yeah, her personality really did change. She's definitely more like Kohaku now. A field? She takes me to a grassy plain outside the city. Autumn is ending and the sky is deep. The wind that blows through the flowers and onto our faces seems to blow through our hearts. Hisui, why did you want to come here? Who knows? To be honest, there really isn't a reason. It's just that when we were coming to the hospital, I saw this field from the train. Hisui says this trivially as she stands by my side. I don't get it. This is a nice place, but it doesn't seem that special. If you wanted to play, we should go to another... No. This is the right place to visit. I wanted to come not somewhere in the city, but somewhere quiet and beautiful, and it makes me feel positive. A place where you could return to your usual self. With a light smile, she looks up at me. My usual self? Hisui. Yes, well, when we were in the hospital room, you looked so depressed. I understand how you feel, and I'm glad you feel that way. But that is not what Nei-san wanted. Hisui reaches out. She lightly places her hands on mine. Is that not right? I think that it is better if you cheer up. Hey, Shiki-sama, you may not have realized it, but you smell like sunshine. That is the Shiki-sama that I like, and I will always like. Her eyes look at me directly. Those eyes are really kind and optimistic. Hisui is the one that smells like sunshine. 8 years ago. It feels like we returned to that time, when Akiha and I and her would run around the garden. Really? I think that I'm the gloomy one if you ask me. You are just someone who does not start conversations that much. But to me, no, to us, you are like this open field. Her fingers move. I feel her squeeze me tighter. So there, please don't make that face, Shiki-sama. Akiha-sama was saved, and even Nei-san was saved. There's no reason for you to be sad. Nei-san is still alive. Then I'm sure she will return to the way she was someday. And even if not, I will make her many times happier. You do not have time to be sad, because we have to help Nei-san and Akiha-sama be happier from now on. What she's saying is fairly preposterous, so I wonder why. After hearing those words, I feel a ray of light shining into my gloomy heart. That's right. I'm her big brother, so it's only natural to do such a thing. Hisui nods. Yeah, it might be hard, but we have to do it, because I want them to be happy too. Yes, I know you can do it. Nodding strongly, she holds my hand against her chest. I can feel her heartbeat. That delicate warmth of her body serenely blows like the wind through the grass into my own heart. Besides, if you do not cheer up, I would be very troubled. Why? I ask. Hisui's cheeks flush, but she still looks directly at me. You are the only one who can make me happy. I want to always be near your side, always be near your sunshine. God, that is so cheesy. She stands on her tiptoes to kiss me. The sky is high. Underneath that sky, where there is no sadness, I receive the warmth of the one I love the most. From the field is the gentle smell of the sunshine. Yeah, Hisui's words are exactly right. We lost a lot, but we haven't lost everything. The days will still go on into the future. Then we have to go on and try our best to make everyone live happily. Thanks, Hisui. Holding her delicate body, I close my eyes. Tears flow down my cheeks, but there is no sadness. Life itself is fun enough. I've known that for a long time. Then, holding Hisui's hand, I'll walk on and have no regrets. See, I liked that much better than the true ending. That actually had an optimistic tone to it, and it was a lot better than the true ending because nobody died. Even though Kohaku lost her memories, at least she's still alive. And she can come back someday, or at least regain most of her memories. So, I actually like that ending a lot better. I did like the true ending, it was alright, but it felt like it was a lot more tragic in comparison to the good ending. So, yeah, I definitely prefer that. So I guess I will see you guys when we go to the Kohaku route, which I'm not really sure what to expect from. I'm hoping it's better than the Hisui route, because a lot of the Hisui route, especially in the latter half, was mostly just Shiki going crazy and losing his mind. So I'm hoping that maybe the Kohaku route is a little bit different and it has more to offer. But I don't know, it just seems like as we go through this game, the routes just have less and less to offer in terms of content. It's really near the end where things get a lot different, so I'm guessing it may be the same with Kohaku. Not too sure, but yeah, I'll let the credits play, and I hope you guys enjoyed this route. I thought it was probably the weakest in my opinion, although I did really like it near the end. But yeah, just not as good as the near side routes. I really just think those are the best routes, especially the Arcway route. But yeah, this was interesting nonetheless, and I'm hoping the Kohaku route will hopefully be a little bit better than this. But until then, I will see you guys later.